Even though the investigation is taking place, would the big fish in this case get away? And more importantly, would this person identified as Suraj Pal, who calls himself as Narayan Sakar Hari, be made accountable for the reported crime that he's actually committed? That is going to be a very interesting question, and that is going to be something which we are going to be keeping track of in the coming days. Back to the studio.
All right, thanks so much. That was Piyush Ori, my colleague, giving us the latest inputs from Mainpuri, which is the place right now. Allegedly, the Baba is hiding there, and we will continue to get you the latest viewers coming in because the justice with the victims is still pending. And now we'll shift our focus to Punjab viewers, where a Shiv Sena leader was brutally attacked by a sword by a group of men in Punjab in broad daylight. Now, the attack has left the victim, identified as Sandeep Thapar, critically injured. His family alleges a conspiracy behind this, while they also question the crumbling law and order situation in the state of Punjab. Here's a report.
Unrest in Punjab after a Shiv Sena leader was brutally attacked yesterday. Sandeep Thapar was attacked with swords by a group of assailants dressed as Nihang Sikhs in full public view, leaving him critically injured.
On 5th of July, Friday afternoon, Sandeep Thapar, a Shiv Sena political leader from Punjab, was brutally attacked when he left from Samvidhan Trust. Right now, I'm outside Samvidhan Trust, and when Sandeep Thapar went ahead and crossed the premises of the Samvidhan Trust, after that, going few meters ahead only, he was brutally attacked while he was on traffic. There were 4 assailants who brutally and repeatedly hit Sandeep Thapar on his head and on his forearm continuously by sword, leading to massive injuries and critical injuries on his head and on his shoulders. Right now, Sandeep Thapar, the Shiv Sena leader, is admitted in Dayanand Medical College, and right now what we are learning to know is that his condition is critical. He is being operated, and Punjab police has formed a team to nab one assailant who is right now on the run. Other 3 assailants out of 4 have been arrested by the Punjab police yesterday only, but a massive outrage was witnessed yesterday from the Hindu outfits in Ludhiana, where the Hindu outfits called for Ludhiana Bandh today after the attack on the Shiv Sena leader.
बड़ी ही निंदिया घटना हुई है जो भी हुआ है। सिविल हॉस्पिटल में मैं भी मौजूद था, कहीं वहाँ पे अखंड पाठ का पाठ चल रहा था, वहाँ मैं भी मौजूद था। 5 मिनट पहले ये वहाँ से निकल कर आए अपने गनमैन के साथ। सिविल हॉस्पिटल के बाहर ही 3-4 लहंग लोगों ने इनको घेर लिया और बहुत ही ज़बरदस्ती उनको कृपाने मारकर उनकी बहुत ही दुर्दशा कर दी। पर मैं इस बात की बहुत निंदा करता हूं कि सरे बाजार में इतना क्राउड होने के बावजूद भी उनका इतना हौसला बढ़ गया निहंगों का कि सरेआम उनको मतलब 12-14 बार कृपानों से वार किया।
एक और बात अशोक जी, इस पूरे मसले में ना जो पंजाब का पुलिस महकमा है उसके ऊपर बहुत सवाल खड़े हो रहे हैं, यहाँ के लॉ एंड ऑर्डर के ऊपर, कि भरी दोपहरी में इतना कुछ हो गया, निहंग खुला तलवार लेकर के लगातार मार रहे थे संदीप थापर को, लेकिन इस पूरे मामले में जो पुलिस की कार्रवाई है उसको आप लोग कैसे देखते हैं?
कार्रवाई जो कानून व्यवस्था है पंजाब की बहुत ही बुरी नज़र से चल रही है, क्योंकि 84 के दंगे भी इसी तरह शुरू हुए थे। लाला जगत राम जी को सरेआम उनको मारने के बाद 84 के दंगे इतने भड़क गए कि 10 साल वो दंगों से हिंदुओं को बस के उतार कर मार दिया। मैं समझता हूँ कि ये शुरुआत है। पंजाब की जो कानून व्यवस्था बहुत ही ख़राब है, क्योंकि इसको जब तक सुधारा नहीं जाएगा। मैं समझता हूँ कि 1947 के बाद 1965 में पंजाबी सूबे में हुआ, 1984 में जो दंगे हुए हैं वो हिंदुओं को टारगेट बनाया गया, बहुत ही निंदनीय है। और अब वही हालात बनते जा रहे हैं पंजाब में। जैसे कानून व्यवस्था नहीं ठीक होगी तो पंजाब के हालात जो है 84 के दंगों के साथ मिलते जा रहे हैं।
Thapar's family alleges a conspiracy behind the attack.
Earlier he was having the security, but 4 months before security was taken by the police, and we were not aware what is the reason behind that. So after that 2 months he was without security, and again we got one gunman, and that was the gunman who was with him. But the behavior of the gunman was not satisfactory at all.
How many gunmen were there?
Earlier he was having 3.
And now it was reduced to 1?
Yes. No, 4 months before all the gunmen were taken by the and after that after 2 months he was given one gunman. That was that person. but when he was with him, we didn't expect such type of behavior from that person who was going to show that he was so familiar with all the members. But how he reacted, it was not expected from a security person.
Do you also believe that this was a target hitting,
Yes, it was targeting.
there was a target killing?
100%. As I heard, I saw the situation and the behavior of the persons who they have attacked. They didn't do any spontaneously. The behavior, the attack he did, they did, not he, they did. It was quite planned. Because it is heard that after when we shifted from the civil hospital, they reached there and asked from other person which hospital he was referred.
You mean to say the accused came inquiring about
Yes. After attacking, when we reached, we took my husband to the other hospital. And they inquired from other persons.
Thapar was attacked when he was returning home from an event. The incident has posed questions on the law and order situation in Punjab.
My colleague Harsha, in fact, is joining us from Ludhiana. She's getting us all the exclusive inputs now. I want to understand from you very quickly, Harsha, first of all, these assailants, these attackers, who were they? They were dressed up as Nihang 6, but who were they? And the fact that he's attacked right after his security is taken off, this is raising many questions. And the fact that this incident happens in broad daylight.
So, Rakshita, right now we know that out of three, the two assailants have been arrested by the police and the investigation is underway. The one assailant is still absconding, and yes, they were disguised as Nihang. They were not actually Nihang. This is what police has mentioned in the FIR, and this question also is being raised by the family of the victim, family of Sandeep Thapar, where they are saying there's no identification in the state of Punjab where anyone dressed as Nihang is coming and attacking the Hindus living in the state of Punjab. And also today we saw that there's a huge humongous anger amongst the Hindu outfits, among the political outfits, from Shiv Sena to other many monks, many seers, many political leaders came and visited Sandeep Thapar, where they are raising the issue of law and order continuously, questioning the administration that just because a video was released by Sandeep Thapar in an event where he was stating that Hindus are not safe in the state of Punjab, on that quest only the Nihangs attacked Sandeep Thapar, and it was a conspiracy because few months back also Sandeep Thapar got a threat call and he was continuously getting threat call, and in fact multiple times the family approached administration that the security should not be reduced, the security cover should be returned back how it was earlier 4 months back. But instead of giving multiple notice and letter to the administration, also the security cover was not increased, rather it was reduced to 1, and that led to this gory visuals which we saw coming from Ludhiana city in broad daylight, where in the huge traffic jam we can see the visual where Sandeep Thapar was continuously pleading to the Nihangs to not attack him, but they were brutally attacking him, repeatedly hitting the head with the help of the sword, which could be seen in the visual in the hand of the Nihang. So there's a huge anger in the state of Punjab from the side of Hindu outfits. Right now they've called off their protest. Right now they've called off the Ludhiana Bandh, which they called today, but they are continuously stating that the condition of Sandeep Thapar is very critical, and if he doesn't survive, then they will be on road staging protest against the arrest of more and more Nihangs, because continuously Nihangs are also releasing the video. Back to you.
Absolutely, Harsha. In fact, multiple such incidents have come to light in Punjab. You've seen, right from what happened with several other, if you see even artists like Sidhu Moosewala, the way they were attacked in broad daylight, and after the security was taken off, the law and order situation in Punjab has come to light many a times now, and even the BJP is upping the ante over this. And there is, of course, a political face-off also unfolding, and many questions are being raised on what's really happening in Punjab. What does the government have to say? There are many questions being pointed towards Bhagwant Mann as well.
You rightly pointed out, Rakshita, from BJP and other political outfit like Shiv Sena and the Shiv Sena in Shinde faction, they all are raising this point that the law and order is completely collapsed in the state of Punjab. This is not the first time when we are witnessing such visuals from the side of Nihang. Earlier we saw in Patiala how a constable's hand was completely cut off in the gory and ghastly visual which we saw from coming out from Patiala few months back, and there has been no interrogation, no investigation on side of why Nihangs are so violent in the state of Punjab. And this is the another instance in the span of this 5 months. So it really raises a lot of questions on the working style of the law administration and the law and order, which is completely taken in the hands of the few assailants and few such Nihangs in their hand. They are still releasing the video where they are targeting and where they are warning the Hindu outfit not to make such videos and not to speak against the community. And what we understand here in Punjab is that only one particular community and community
Yes.
is being safeguarded.
Absolutely, Harsha. Yes.
Safeguarded.
Absolutely, Harsha. Thank you so much for joining us with those updates coming in, viewers. We have some breaking news right now as we speak on This Is Exclusive, and this is news coming in from West Bengal right now. Remember, there's a controversy that has erupted over a sitting TMC by a TMC minister who is also the mayor, and his divisive comments have come to light. And in fact, he's also defended them, and that's what we are breaking right now. From West Bengal, those who are Muslims are unfortunate. In fact, we can listen into that statement. We can listen into that shocking statement that is coming from Mamata's minister.
যদি বুঝতে পারেন এবং একজনকেও যদি আমরা ঈমান দিতে পারি, তাহলে আমাদের জান্নাতের পথ একেবারে সুরক্ষিত হয়ে যাবে। আমরা নিজেরা মুসলিম ঘরে জন্মেছি, মুসলমান ঘরে বড় হয়েছি, আমাদের নামাজ আদব কায়দা সব আমাদের বেশিরভাগই মানুষের জানা। কিন্তু যারা দুর্ভাগ্য নিয়ে জন্মেছে, যারা ইসলাম নিয়ে জন্মায়নি, তাদেরও দাওয়াতে ইসলাম অর্থাৎ ইসলামের দাওয়াত দিয়ে তাদের মধ্যে ঈমান নিয়ে আসলে এটা আল্লাহ তাআলাকে খুশি করা হবে। আমাদের ইসলামের যদি বুঝতে পারেন এবং একজনকেও যদি আমরা ঈমান দিতে পারি, তাহলে আমাদের জান্নাতের পথ একেবারে সুরক্ষিত হয়ে যাবে। আমরা নিজেরা মুসলিম ঘরে জন্মেছি, মুসলমান ঘরে বড় হয়েছি, আমাদের নামাজ আদব কায়দা সব আমাদের বেশিরভাগই মানুষের জানা। কিন্তু যারা দুর্ভাগ্য নিয়ে জন্মেছে, যারা ইসলাম নিয়ে জন্মায়নি, তাদেরও দাওয়াতে ইসলাম অর্থাৎ ইসলামের দাওয়াত দিয়ে তাদের মধ্যে ঈমান নিয়ে আসলে এটা আল্লাহ তাআলাকে খুশি করা হবে। আমাদের ইসলামের রাস্তা।
And Senator Mayuk is joining us live from Kolkata newsroom. Mayuk, this is on camera. This is a minister in Mamata Banerjee cabinet, and openly he's addressing a gathering and he's making such divisive comments.
Well, absolutely. Firhad Hakim, the Municipal and Urban Development Minister of West Bengal, a very senior minister, Mamata Banerjee's closest confidante, and most importantly, the Mayor of Kolkata. He's saying this in a religious congregation on 3rd of July. The video went viral. BJP leaders have started tweeting on it, criticizing Firhad Hakim's comment. In fact, many organizations had also started criticizing. Non-believers are unfortunate. Those who are not born in a Muslim family, those who are not born in Islam are unfortunate. That is what Firhad Hakim has said, and I quote, and it's a quote-unquote Bengali bite that is coming in where Firhad Hakim is seen saying, even if we can give iman to a single person also, our path to Jannat will be smoother. We are Muslims, we are born in Muslim family, raised in Muslim homes, we offer namaz, we follow the decorums, but unfortunate are those who are not born Muslims. lips. It's a shocking comment that is coming in from the minister and Mamata Banerjee's close aide, Firhad Hakim. Time and again, Firhad Hakim has been into controversy. He has been accused of several anomalies, and he had also been raided and he was arrested also. But this time, it's absolutely brazen statement that is coming in. A sitting minister, a portfolio member of the Bengal cabinet, he is saying all these things, and that too in an auditorium owned by the state government in Kolkata, in front of press, in front of media. Several media houses were there. It was live streamed, and Firhad Hakim was seen saying that those who are not born in Islam are unfortunate. Firhad Hakim, can he say all these things? Those persons, those voters from Trinamool Congress who have voted for Firhad Hakim, are they unfortunate? Unfortunate just because of the fact that they are not born in a particular religion. And whether a sitting minister, whether a leader from Trinamool Congress who call themselves so-called liberal, so-called secular,
right.
The India Alliance, which calls themselves the custodians of
Yes.
secularism, whether one of the partners of India Alliance can say all these things is one of the biggest talking points in Bengal
Absolutely.
right
What
now.
does Mamata Banerjee has to say on this? That remains to be seen. Thank you so much for the moment, Moyuk, for joining us with that story. But right now, viewers, that's it from our side on this edition of This Is Exclusive. But stay tuned as we will get you more news on Republic TV's Saturday Prime Time.
Welcome to this week's edition of Get Me Right. Your go-to show for the big picture of stories and events that you thought needed cool, calm, deep dive, so that you get a sense of being in control because you know that you understand. Today, let's focus on 3 stories: one domestic, one international, and one related to India's foreign policy. First one panned out last week through a parliament debate. The Agniveer row initiated by leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi. Defense reform is a sensitive issue. The stakes for our national security and indeed sovereignty are so high that the Agniveer controversy needs a dispassionate look. The second story I cover is of the left turn in the United Kingdom. Last week's Get Me Right connected the dots for you on the surge of right wing in mainland Europe. And now we have Labour winning in the UK after 14 years. What are going to be the implications of this development for India? That's going to be our focus. And then the third story is Prime Minister Narendra Modi traveling to Moscow for a very important diplomatic engagement on Monday. Remember, Europe is in the midst of a war that Russia started, and the West does not seem like wanting to end soon. Let's begin with the Agniveer story. In June 2022, the armed forces made this announcement. It was a breakthrough reform being brought in by the Modi government in our armed forces, with twin objectives of reducing the veterans' pension bill and reducing the average age of our soldiers. Why was this reform occasioned? 2 factors behind the twin objectives. One, our defense forces, particularly the army, were reporting an adverse age scenario building up over the last few decades. Internal studies were profiling the impact of this increasing average age on combat duties. Average age of an Indian soldier stands at 32 years. That number is 27.5 only for the Chinese soldiers in their main combat formations, and 23 for Pakistan. In good measure, because Pakistan recruits early from 16 years of age, even if combat duties begin only after 18. Even for the United States, the number is 28.7. The average age of the World War II soldier was 26 years. Clearly, age is not just a number when it comes to armed forces. It has consequences. The second factor that made the Ministry of Defense work on Agnipath for Agniveers was the ballooning pension bill. As per the interim budget allocation this year, at rupees 1,41,000 crores, veteran pensions account for 22.5%, or more than 1/5 of the total defense budget of rupees 6,21,000 crores. The share of pension in the defense budget had in fact shot up to 28% and was higher than the capital outlay at 23% in the year 2021. But even before the implications could be understood or the exact details came into play, massive protests erupted a day after the announcement. Youth unrest panned out through the Hindi heartland states of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Pictures of arson, damage to public property, blocking of highways, disruptions of railways made one wonder if the scheme was such a bad deal. The forces had to come back and announce that those indulging in rioting would be blacklisted from army recruitments. This had immediate effect, and protests became civil and in fact pettered out. Political opposition was quick to pick up the sentiment and has since turned scrapping of Agniveer scheme a campaign issue. It's in that context that Rahul Gandhi, while participating in the debate on the motion of thanks in the Lok Sabha, mentioned that the government can stick to it, but we will scrap it whenever Congress comes to power.
देखिए, सिंपल सी बात है स्पीकर सर, इनको अग्निवीर अच्छा लगता है, आप उसको रखिए, हम उसको बदल देंगे, हटा देंगे.
He took some liberty with the fact of one Agniveer family from Punjab getting posthumous benefits and had to be immediately corrected by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh.
गलत बयानी करके सदन को गुमराह करने की कोशिश
गलत नहीं है सर, गलत नहीं है सर, गलत नहीं है सर.
सेवाओं की सुरक्षा के दौरान यदि हमारा कोई अग्निवीर का जवान शहीद होता है तो उसके 1 करोड़ रुपए की धनराशि सहायता के रूप में उसके परिवार को मुहैया कराई जाती है. इस प्रकार की गलत बयानी से सभी को गुमराह करने की कोशिश नहीं की जानी चाहिए. संसद में
Even the army had to come out with a fact check as Rahul persisted with his false narrative. Later, the Agniveer family was seen under the protective gaze of local Congress leaders, clearly suggesting Rahul Gandhi's charge was a setup. Congress has demanded a white paper on the scheme now. But before we get into the politics of it all, let's look at some of the criticism that has come, for example, from within the defense community. It is suggested that the Agniveer is less inclined to risk life and limb on the front lines, with the thought lingering at the back of his mind that he might not keep the job. Also, that he might not be taken care of in the manner of a regular soldier in case of a serious injury. The biggest critique is of the structure of welfare measures, which show Agniveer at a disadvantage vis-a-vis the Jawan who's a regular in the forces. Even the likes of General G.D. Bakshi, who's seen as a pro-government voice on most debates, has criticized this scheme as not in the best interests of the armed forces. There has been a murmur of discontent within the serving ranks and officers as well. Former Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Naravne has written a book, excerpts of which suggested that the rollout of Agniveer hit the forces like a bolt from the blue. Known critics of the government, like Admiral Arun Prakash, have pushed the envelope even further, lamenting everything to do with India's defense architecture, from the missing national security doctrine to the Modi government's propensity to overrule dissenting opinion and contrarian advice. The argument that we should not look at costs when it comes to national security is strong, but is simply bad luck of the Modi government that of the twin objectives, the one on pensions became key debate issue and not the one on a fitter, leaner army. I am no defense expert, but as an observer of current affairs, I can't miss, and you would not have missed, some basic military lessons from the ongoing Ukraine-Russia war. We have seen soldiers driving tanks as sitting ducks on both sides of the war in the face of satellite-guided missiles. In fact, there was a video of a loitering munition hovering over a tank, locating a hiding soldier, chasing and blasting the soldier into smithereens. The future wars are going to be hybrid tech wars, with the soldier essentially a guiding prop. It's not going to be the old world image of a soldier marching with a bayonet. That would be for the parades. In reality, the soldier would be a cross between a techie and a general, strategizing and fighting at the same time, with tools like remotely guided loitering munition, satellite-guided weapons, buddy pairing with fire-guzzling AI-enabled robots. One study by the New Delhi-based Manohar Parrikar Institute of Defence Studies and Analysis a few years ago found the flab in India's army disproportionately higher than our immediate threat nations. Flab was defined as the ratio or number of non-combatants per army division to those who were directly engaged in actual war-fighting responsibilities. The number sometime in the middle of last decade stood at 8,829 soldiers, or roughly half the division strength. For India, against 2,307 and 1,274 for Pakistan and China respectively. Simply put, cutting the flab